Hello and welcome back to the StarCraft Weekly News. I am Artosis, I will be your host once again, and let's get right into the news this week. A lot of exciting stuff going on and a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and if there is nothing else to talk about, the one thing that we must mention here is the TSL. Let's take a look at this week's schedule. We have the round of 16 week 1 coming up, Saturday, January 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 20 CET. You gotta watch this. It's gonna be awesome. We have Idra versus Zhao. You know, Idra, the best foreigner ever, against Zhao, one of the most old school Gosu Zergs ever. They've had a lot of great matches together. This one should be no different. Also, Draco against Sen, the hardest match to call from this round. We're not sure exactly how much Draco is practicing, but he is a great player. And it should be just an awesome match, probably the most exciting from the entire round. And that will be commentated by myself and Tesla, so make sure you show up for that. Then we have on Sunday the 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern or 20 CET, NonY versus Tarson. NonY, of course, the ex-Eastro member, one of the best Protosses we have ever had in the foreigner scene, against the underdog Tarson from Poland. Should be exciting to finally get to see what his skills are really like. And then we have Phoenix against Cole, two of the youngest up-and-coming players. Cole, of course, 4th place WCG World Championships this year. The German Phenom Zerg, really a talented young player against, you know, a player who's been with us in the foreigner scene for a very long time, but himself is very young, Phoenix. You know, only about 17 years old as well, but a great player. So those are going to be a couple of really good matches. I am definitely looking forward to that. Make sure you show up to those matches. You gotta watch those. If you don't catch them, watch the VODs. I'm sure they'll be up a day later or so. Team Liquid is pretty good about that. So, you know, that is really the most exciting thing going on this week. Now, in other news, Mousesports, a new team that they picked up recently, the ex-MYM team, which was also the ex-ESC team, they have won the BWCL for the 7th time. That's a lot of wins. You know, the Clan League isn't overly followed, but all the top teams do play in it. Well, except for one now, Rox, who kind of quit all Clan Leagues. It's too bad because Rox, you know, one of these really well-supported teams run by Bruce, just an awesome guy in the Russian scene. It's sad to see this happen after the little cheating scandals and everything in the TSL. But, you know, Rock's out of the Clan Leagues. Still, we do have Brad OK floating around, as well as a few other players. So hopefully we can still see some good matches out of them, even if they are not going to be in these leagues. Going to make the leagues a little bit less exciting. But, what can you do? ESL Finals coming up the 2nd of February. It's going to be at 3:45 KST, that's Korean Standard Time. You can do the math yourself. I'm not good at that. It's going to be Idra against Strelok. And we have seen these two hit each other in tournaments before. Normally Idra does come out on top. Will this time be different? Who knows? You know, Strelok, he's had a rough year or so. Ever since his bronze medal in WCG in Germany, he has not been doing as well as most people would like to see. You know, normally he does things right up at the top of the foreigner scene, always hitting one of the top spots in every tournament, but you know, recently he did not qualify even for WCG. Dimaga and White Raw too strong. Barely failed on making it into the TSL top 16, falling to TT1, aka Cabal. So, you know, hopefully we're going to see Strelok's best play here, him against Idra. TVT, very fun matchup. ESL does a good job broadcasting these games as well, so make sure you watch it. It's going to be exciting, I guarantee you that. Alright, also, recently Polygon Review has thrown out another interview, this time with NonY, and it's pretty exciting because we haven't heard a whole lot of NonY out of NonY this year because of his inactivity. You know, he left Eastro, went home. But NonY covers a lot of subjects, shows that he's a very mentally strong player, a very confident player, and says that basically he will beat Idra and he will make it to the finals to battle Rhett. So, pretty exciting little interview right there. Definitely go check that out. Always fun to see this NonY with his mental strength and confidence, just saying it how he sees it. Also, we have the Rhett Courage video number 3. This video is quite long, I have to warn you. It's about an hour and a half long. I filmed pretty much every single thing that happened at Courage. If you have not seen that yet, make sure you go check it out. Rhett showing his new and improved Zerg vs. Zerg. And speaking of which, Ret Mutalisk tutorial has just been released. I just threw it up on YouTube as well. Make sure you check that out. Ret shows you basically how to get a lot better with Mutalisk Micro, how to practice it correctly, the things you're looking for, the keys to use, that type of thing. And also there's a map available for download, and thanks a lot to Stone MB from TeamLiquid.net. He's actually made a couple Muta maps. He took the actual Korean Muta map, made it a little bit better, put some improvements in it, and also made another map for human against human play. So, you know, nice job to him. Make sure you check out those maps as well. I checked them out briefly. They looked pretty good. Alright, so let's go into the Twitter questions. You know, I said last week you could ask questions and give comments, criticism, how to improve the show over Twitter to me. And all those comments and everything, I will take them all into consideration and try to make the show a bit better for y'all. But for now, let's look at a few of the questions that we have here. One person asks, can you tell us a bit more about the coaching staff of a pro gaming team and what it really does? Well, every team does it a little bit different. Some teams have really strong coach players, such as I Love Uv, such as Mumyoung from SKT1, both those players. Istro, for instance, we've seen a really dramatic rise in their power due to old school pro gamer Koss, as well as Xian, who's retired, and now Kumax is on the team as a coach. These are old players that were really good that are now coaching, and players like that really help the players a whole lot. They go over strategy, they go over tactics, they really analyze play. These are very smart, intelligent players. You know, the more old school you are as a Gosu, the more, you know, kind of open-minded and flexible your mind is, as opposed to these new up-and-coming kids that are becoming pro gamers and just kind of copying. So those type of coaches really help out in that way, and we're seeing more and more of those on every single team. So anytime you see an ex-pro gamer as a coach, you can really kind of assume that they are helping the players out quite a bit. Now, some of these other coaches that we see are not players at all, in fact. They're more of a manager type, but still considered a coach, most of the times head coaches. And there's, you know, coaching the actual game isn't the only thing these coaches do. You know, some of them just act kind of like a manager as well. They take care of players, they keep good track of their mental health and things like that. So those are just some of the things that coaches do. Really nice question, thanks for asking it there. Another question we have here. Hey, I miss Gom. Is Gom dead forever? I don't know if Gom is dead forever. Stop holding your breath if you are for it to return during StarCraft 1. I do not foresee that. No one really does at this point. So I'm pretty sure that Gom is not making any resurgence for StarCraft 1. Let's see here. What proves someone has talent? Is it his mechanics or knowledge in the game? Or is it a mechanical player who grows knowledge? Well, you know, talent is kind of this wishy-washy area where everyone just has their own wild opinions on it. And, you know, talent, you know, if you learn quickly in any area, I think that that is what talent really is. And a lot of people say, oh, you know, it's being good without practice. Well, no one's good without practice, okay? Once you get to a certain level at the game, you don't have to practice as much, especially if you have a deep understanding. Practice, though, you know, that helps you get muscle memory to play better. But anyways, no one's good without practice. When I hear people talking about Froz and Yosh and Mondragon not ever practicing being good, I want to just, you know, die, because it's just not true. These guys practice a lot. But yes, they are talented. There's anyone basically that learns quite quickly, anyone that is up towards the top of the scene is talented in some way, whether it's talented mechanically, talented creatively, talented in just understanding the game, talented in working hard. That is, in fact, the biggest talent for StarCraft, because it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of hours. So what is talent? You know, there's no real one definition, and it's not just not practicing and being good still, okay? So let's put that to rest. Alright, what's another one here? Why don't other Terrans bunker rush as often as Flash has recently? Okay, Flash recently, we have seen a lot of bunker rushes out of him, but I almost feel, especially in his match against Quanro in the MSL, that